Today I'm going to be taking a look at an exciting 2020 release from Giorgio Armani. This is the latest interpretation from the Acqua Di Gio line and goes by the name of Profondo. But is this one blind buy worthy for the spring and summer? To find out, stay tuned to Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody and welcome to another episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul and this is day 12 of my Fragrance 365 project where I'll be talking about a different fragrance every day for a whole year. Today I'm taking a look at this one from the house of Giorgio Armani. It's already featured in one of my top 10 videos when I first purchased it a few weeks ago. But since then I've given it a decent amount of wear, so I've now decided that I'm going to give it a standalone review. The original Acqua Di Gio was launched back in 1996 and was created by legendary perfumer Alberto Morillas. The original fragrance was a huge success, and since then there's been various flankers including Absolute, Essenza and Profumo versions amongst other ones. The Profondo version is Armani's take on the modern day designer blue fragrances that all the leading fragrance houses have now kind of cashed in on since the launch of Bleu de Chanel way back in 2010. Yes, the top notes in this one are C notes, Aquazone, Bergamot and Green Mandarin. In the mid we've got Rosemary, Lavender, Cypress and Lentisque, and in the base we've got amber, mineral notes, patchouli and musk. Yeah, it's a bright, fresh, aquatic fragrance with a touch of sweetness and mildly salty accents. It contains a note called Aquazone. The latest aquatic marine note gives off a vibrant oceanic blue kind of feel, and to me this fragrance as a whole gives off a kind of a similar vibe to Office for Men, or another one is Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. So I would say that if you own any of these two, then you may find this one just a tad generic. But as a standalone fragrance, it's very nice, it's fresh and it's an uplifting scent that's mass appealing and perfect, I feel, for the spring and summer. It opens up with a blast of juicy citrusy freshness with a prominent salty marine vibe. It dries down slightly greener with a hint of woodiness, but it retains that touch of sweetness and never becomes too dark. To me, this one sits right in between the original and the Profumo. The original is a touch more watery than this one, whilst the Profumo is a touch more sharp and piercing. So I'd say that this is well suited to be like a daily driver. Yeah, it comes in this frosted dark blue bottle with the familiar Acqua Di Gio branding on the front. There's no magnetic cap on this one though, like you'd find on the Profumo version. Instead what you get is a click-on cap, but it still feels pretty decent enough. It seems like there's been a couple of cost savings though on the presentation, because when you compare them like side by side with the Profumo, you will notice a few differences where you think they've maybe cut a little bit of corner on this one. First of all, the printing on the Profumo is chrome, whilst the Profondo has like a matte silver finish. There's also a really nice chrome plate that goes on the bottom of the Profumo that's not found on the Profondo version. Also, like I say, the magnetic cap on the Profumo is much nicer. It does feel really nice and quality does that. So, but I mean, is this something that kind of bothers anybody? Does the presentation matter to many people, or is it the quality of the juice? Let me know down in the comments section what you think, whether you think that the presentation is important to you. So yeah, that's the bottle. The spray quality is brilliant, really lovely fine mist. Really nice is that. But they've gone for, on the box, they've gone for the chrome. There's the chrome lettering on the box. So at least you get it somewhere on this one. So the presentation overall is still very, very high quality. I prefer the blue colour of the bottle than the Profondo, but I would have preferred it to have a couple of more little accents and maybe a magnetic cap to finish it off. But overall, really good quality. Yeah, this is a spring and summer fragrance that I feel is ideal for warmer temperatures, and it'd be great to wear as either a casual day scent or as an office scent. You could wear it dressed up, but it's not something I'd reach for in a more formal setting or an evening setting. I think for those occasions I'd probably go for the Profumo. I think this has just got a little bit more of an edge when it comes to like the darkness of it. It's not a dark fragrance, but it has got a little bit more of a kick to it, so it probably suits a more formal occasion. This one is just your daily driver. It's like you wake up on a morning, 3 or 4 sprays and you're good to go for the day, especially in nice warm weathers. It's just a really nice uplifting shower jelly type fragrance is this one. Yeah, it's an eau de parfum concentration, so the longevity on this is decent, and I can still detect it after about the 4 to 5 hour mark on my skin, but it seems to stay fairly close to the skin and there's not much in the way of projection from this one. If you're looking for a fresh marine type fragrance that projects and outperforms this, I would say probably go for one of the Bulgari Aqua line. But in my opinion, these ones aren't as mass appealing as the Profondo, and they may come across a little bit too bitter and strong for some people. But yeah, the performance is okay, not groundbreaking, but it stays around 4 to 5 hours, which is all really what you want for a fresh fragrance. So 8 out of 10 for performance. The overall smell of this is really pleasant and the fragrance is super easy to wear. It's fresh and clean and has a modern scent character. The downside is that it stays close to the skin and it's fairly linear. It also smells a little bit generic. There's a lot of these designer blue fragrances on the market these days. But this one out of the Acqua Di Gio line is probably the most mass appealing. But in this line I still prefer the Profondo because to me it's a little bit more unique, it projects slightly better, and the presentation is just of a slightly higher quality. But with all that said, I would still give Acqua Di Gio Profondo by the house of Giorgio Armani an 8 out of 10. Yeah, so once again, that's it for today's Scent of the Day. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about a niche quality fragrance that you can pick up for less than £40 for a 100ml bottle. So don't forget to tune in for that one. As always, if you've liked this video, please don't forget to give it a like or subscribe to the channel. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this fragrance. If you've owned it, if you still own it, if you've owned the Profumo or the Essenza or any of the other flankers, let me know which one's your favourite down in the comments section. So until next time everybody, thank you once again very much for watching. Stay safe, look after each other, keep smelling fresh. Bye bye for now.